Hey everybody, it's Dina Rico with the Creativity Cave. I am so excited to be stamping with you because today's Friday, so that means Friday Quickies. And I have this gorgeous card that I just love. And if you're thinking to yourself, wow, that looks familiar, where have I seen that before? It's right here. I have been looking at this background paper for months, and now I decided I needed to find a way to put it on a card. I love the look of this. It looks truly like wood, and it is so pretty and shabby chic and barn wedding rustic super cool looking awesomeness. And so I'm so excited to share with you how easy this really is. And the funny thing you're going to laugh about is I actually started this. Well, okay, so I'm trying to explain this. I had a totally different topic for Friday Quickies this week, and I was working on something and I wanted to make a wooden background. And so I thought, ooh, I'll try that. And it was, again, it's another technique. So I'll show that technique another Friday, probably next week. But anyway, I started making this background and I thought, oh my gosh, that's a technique. I got to do that first. So here we go. This is kind of what happens to me. I get really excited about something and then my plans change. So my club members know that I do that all the time because often I will add projects to our what I plan on doing because I find something really cool at the last minute and I just can't wait to share it. So let me show you how I did this. First of all, I'm using a really fantastic stamp set, and I know several of you have gotten this since the last time I highlighted this on a Friday Quickie. But if you haven't got it yet, you have no excuses. This is an amazing stamp set. You need to get it. So I am going to use this wood plank sort of the image, whatever you want to call this. I think it's wood. Doesn't it kind of look like wood? I hope you're out there saying, oh, yes, Dina, it absolutely looks like wood. Okay, so this image is really fun, and what I love about it is it's so easy to use. Even if you are a terrible stamper, it's easy to use. So that's my kind of stamp. And the funny thing is, as I'm standing here, I'm in my office looking for it, and here it is. I couldn't find the stamp at first. What kind of demonstrator am I? Oh my gosh. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm inking this up in crumb cake. You can see I have trimmed around my rubber real close to the image. I do that a lot on my rubber stamps because I want to never catch those edges. And like here is one that I have sitting here that's not been trimmed, pardon me. So I can you can see the difference. So anyway, that's just something I always do. Okay, so I inked this with crumb cake, and I'm working on, this is a piece of Very Vanilla. So I'm just going to stamp along the edge, and I might have to stick my head in here just so that you can see so I can see what I'm doing. So I stamped in a line, and again, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. Actually, it shouldn't be because that's kind of how wood is. Then in between, you can see where it kind of goes like this. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. If it goes up, that's where I'm going to have the hump of my stamp go. And yes, that is an official stamping term, hump of stamp. And again, I'll fill that in. And basically, when I do that, I'm creating wooden planks. And like, do you see the jog here? That's okay because there's natural jogs in wood, and that's fine. Then what I want to do is line this back up so that I'm kind of touching the last row that I did. And I'm overlapping a little, and that's okay. Again, I just want to get that look of wood. So I'm really going right up to the edge, filling in that center hump, because I like to invent stamping terms, by the way. I think I've done it before with you. I hope you've appreciated that. I'm so awesome. Okay, so you can see I've filled this all in, and then I am going to fill in just that bit up here. This is where your butt needs to stick out so you can get it stamped just right. Okay, now you can see this doesn't really much look like that. Don't worry, we're not done. So first of all, I'm going to turn this on its side just so you can see this better. So I see that I have 1, 2, 3 planks and then 2 partial planks on my sheet here. So what I'm going to do is come back in with some markers. Basically, I kind of have the neutrals out. And by the way, I'm probably not going to use every single one of these, but what I want to do is add some highlights. And I might refer you back to my background paper here. You can see in the paper, there's little nail marks where the nails are, and it's maybe a little rusted or whatever. So I kind of am adding some of these in here. And then you can see there's also kind of a dark edge to each wooden board. And you can see it's a little thicker and thinner, and it's not always perfect. So I'm going to kind of create those lines a little bit more in my background. So to do that, that's where the markers come in. I'm always going to use the fine point on my markers, and I'm going to start, or well, at least when I did this, I started with a light color. So I'm going to try, this is Tip Top Taupe. The rest are from the neutrals. The Tip Top Taupe is in color. I started with Crumb Cake originally because I wasn't sure how dark this was going to come out, and I didn't want to like ruin it in the very first step because that would have sucked. Let's just be honest. So I'm just drawing lines in between, and whenever I'm drawing anything on here, I don't want to do like straight lines or curvy lines. I'm doing sketchy lines. And what I mean by that is wood is not, especially this worn wood that I'm looking for, it's not going to be in nice, perfect straight lines. So I'm just kind of scribbling a little bit back and forth in order to achieve that look. And then here, I'm literally going to go kind of sketch around this edge to create more of a line. And I'll do it again here and here. And so that kind of gives me my natural wood looking plank definition. Again, I'm making up terms for stamping. I love it. It's my favorite thing. It's like, have you ever watched gymnastics and they have like little moves on the different apparatuses or apparati, I suppose, that are named after people? Well, hello, I want something named after me for stamping. I don't think that is too much of an aspiration for my life. Okay, so you can see I kind of have some good definition here. Then I'm going to come in and add a little darker color for that. And this is chocolate chip. I will tell you that this chocolate chip marker right here has got to be one of my most well-used markers. So it's not super dark, but it is adding some highlights and adding kind of a richness to the color. And I'm going to really pull that out here in just a second when I start working on the nail holes. It just adds another kind of layer of color in here, which is nice because wood is not all completely the same color, especially this worn, weathered look of wood. Okay, now when I was working on this, I kind of noticed there's sort of these little spots right here that I could kind of capitalize on for creating my my nail holes. So I just sort of decided to pick, this is my area. And again, I'm doing that sketchy, not solid, not fully colored in lines to create the nail hole. Do you see how perfect that looks? We're going to keep adding to it though, so don't worry. And I'm going to do another one right here. So it's like there's 2 per board. Here I have 3, but again, this was my inspiration. It's so convenient because it's right here. And then I'm kind of elongating them. I don't want them to look exactly the same. I want them to be kind of irregular because that's how they are in real life. In fact, as I was stamping, I'll show you one of the other cards I have that has some flowers on it. I was thinking to myself, whenever we stamp flowers that, like a flower stamp, and again, I'll show you in just a minute, we always make them perfectly exactly the same. And that's not how flowers are. Like if you go into a garden, there are never flowers that are like exactly completely identical in shape, size, color, etc. And I said to myself, seriously, I almost said that. I was thinking to myself, that's just not how nature is. They don't make exact copies of things, not like that anyway. So I thought, don't, put a little variety in what you're doing so it doesn't look exactly the same, because then it'll look a little bit more true to nature. Again, I will show you another example of that in a minute. Okay, so you see the lovely looking weathered nail holes that I am creating. Okay, now we're going to bring out a little bit more of the big guns. We're going to darken these up on the centers a little bit. This is early espresso, so I'm filling in just that center part. Again, I'm still doing that sketchy color, so it's not nice and even or solid. It's sketchy, just like a stamper shopping online. It's a little sketchy. I don't know what I meant by that. It's hard to make videos and keep a commentary going that's not crazy. Oh my gosh, it's already been 10 minutes on my video. Wah! Okay, so there you go. That's what it looks like. And then I'll really just fill that in. Then on my card here, I actually took black and did just a little bit of black. You can see I used the brush end. That's the only time I used it. And then that represents the actual nail. Okay, so to put this together, now doesn't that look like wood? Oh my gosh, seriously. Now as it dries, it even kind of mellows out. You don't see these lines because as you can see on my card, they're really not that pronounced. But as it dries out, it just kind of mellows out. I love the look. Oh my gosh, it's just so cool. So let me talk to you a little bit about the rest of this card. As you can see, I put some shimmering, Wink of Stella. My gosh, I can't believe I couldn't remember that. Wink of Stella. So I have 2 of my fun flower punches that I punched, 1 of the pansy punches, and then the rest of these pieces are from the Botanical Builder framelits. I love those. If you don't have them, you are insane and you need them right now. I'm just saying. Okay, they're so pretty and I just love them. Okay, is that clear enough? I stamped a greeting. I did congrats because I thought this looked just like one of those rustic weddings. Barn weddings are really popular where I live in Iowa, go figure, but I think they're popular all over the place. Really fun, shabby chic rustic look. Okay, so let me show you some other things that I did. I'm not going to complete this card because I think you can figure out this much of it. It's pretty basic. I will probably put the rest of this on my VIP page so you guys can see the rest. But again, I think it's pretty basic. Then I have some other cards to show you. So I went on this whole long thing about natural color or natural flowers. So here's what I meant by that. I stamped each of these in different color combinations, and I also turned them a little bit different reason so that you don't have exactly 3 boom, boom, boom flowers in a row that look exactly the same. So I think that's cool. I did basically the same thing here, except I put a little gap in between the planks. And that was just because that's kind of how I started stamping it. And I thought, okay, I'll go with it. I do like it. I added some holes, nail holes, just like you saw before. So I liked this one. Very, very similar to my first. Then my last one, I also really like. This is exactly the same thing, except I did it the long way. So I stamped this way, doon, 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 instead of across this way. You know, so these are going, that would be horizontal. This one's vertical. Don't you like it when I can figure this stuff out? So again, really simple. Love the look. Same exact concept, only I did leave the gap again, but you can see I did stamp the wood in between stamped off so that it wouldn't just be white, because this is white cardstock on this one. This one is very vanilla cardstock base, and this is crumb cake, but all of them use the crumb cake ink to do the stamping. Now, I hope you have loved these cards. I hope you want to try these. And if you do not have this timeless texture stamp set, you have to order it. And guess what? You can order it from me and you will become a Creativity Cave VIP and get all the awesome benefits of being a VIP. I would love to welcome you into our program. We have a great group of ladies. I even have added contests to my repertoire of awesomeness. Anyway, I hope you've liked this video. Please go to my blog. The link will be in the description of this video. Check out all the awesome projects and the details and links to my online store. Thank you so much, you guys. Do me a favor and share it if you loved it. I would really appreciate it. Let's help get the word out. Have a great, great day. Bye.